Hey guys, so today is Wednesday, and as you guys know, during Wednesday, since it is always one day beforehand that the Chinese server got the version weekly update. One day before, then our end. So usually on Wednesday, I introduce what is going on, like what is the new content of the next week of Chinese server. But this week, since the biggest thing that comes out is of course the reanimated Hiruzen, right? And all the others doesn't seem that important. So basically, we have a whale, and we have the accumulated consumption rebate, and some limited time packs that people can buy, and basically that's it. And since recently lots of people are asking me how does the ninchuriki treasure work, and how does how to use these, maybe perhaps later the new ninjas. Also, we had a poll already on on the Naruto online forum to raise the whether people are willing to raise the cap level, and I think by far it has been reached 1,000 people. So not this Thursday, but perhaps next Thursday. I do not know, but soon we will get the level 90 cap. And after the level 90 cap, the reanimated treasure or the ninchuriki treasure should be close. Also today I ran out of the video topic, so perhaps I will just introduce to you guys the two super rares that release in the ninchuriki treasure. One is roshi and the other is hen, and basically I will introduce to you guys how these two ninja work and some specific lineups for them. So for most people, we are aiming to roshi, since he's a good damage dealer and he is immune to debuffs. Also, he has high defense and resistant, so he's hard to die, and perhaps for most people he is more attractive. And also here, not shop, sorry, the recruit, we have two ninchuriki treasure here, one including roshi and the other including hen. However, there is a probability that the Oasis game will put this ninchuriki treasure into one. So in case that happens, we may get roshi or hen as our first super rare. But I do not know exactly whether they will do this or not, or separate like here. If they separate, then it is much better for us, since we can aim in the exactly one that we want and just try and spend seal scrolls on it. But the fact is that I know that most people prefer roshi for now, but it is mainly because people do not know enough information about hen. So he is also a very strong ninja. His mystery basically will dispute all the shield and buffs for both sides of the team. So during Green Ninja War, if the opponents are using, for example, the Cursed Hitan Lightning Main team, then basically hen becomes their dad. Like, you got all the buffs and root of warriors and etc. and stuff, and hen release his mystery and all of those disappear, and the Cursed Hitan become useless. So Here is the suggestion. If you are a high power, like the grade 3 strengths, or let's say top 10 in the battle power list, of course Roshi will be better for you, since Roshi is a huge damage dealer. His mystery round 2 costs 9 targets and also break the shield. So of course he's very useful if you have very high strength power. But on the other hand, if you are not that high power and you are in a competitive group, perhaps you should aim is the hand. During the Green Ninja War, use his mystery, and it will dispute all the buffs and shields for both sides, and makes a bigger probability for winning as a weaker group and defeat a stronger, more powerful opponents. Also, his mystery is 2-stage. So first round you can dispute all the buffs, and the third round, if you use this mystery again, he will put damage to all the units in one team. So not only he is a support, he can also produce kind of big damage on the third round. And the most difficult team for both 4 tails and 5 tails, Roshi and Han, is this team. So use Fireman and using Hanzo. So this team basically works this way. First round you can dispute all the buffs and shields for both sides, and your lineups are immune to all the debuffs since your Fireman's mystery. And the talent, we have this extra 20 chakra for Fireman, this specific talent, so that Hanzo's mystery can also be released. So this is basically, you use it for ignition and poison. And second round you can break the shield using Roshi's mystery, and this is a very typical lineups in Chinese server. And I will show you how this lineup work. So maybe in the survival trial. And in Chinese server, the survival trial basically saves you more time. So we do not need to we don't need to face we do not need to face the 12 opponents here one by one, but instead there are different maps for us, and the higher the level, the stronger the opponents. So let's try the hardest one. And I'm using this lineup again. First round you can use three mysteries and also cause both ignition and poison to the opponents, and basically that's how this lineup works. And remember, all of these buffs can be disputes. And you will cause both ignition and poison for the first round. And at the beginning of the second round, you release Roshi's mystery. And I have told you that the hand's mystery is two-stage. So basically, first round you can dispute all the buffs and shells, and the second round you can use his mystery again, and which will produce damage to all the units. Again, here we have all of them shelled up. However, using Hand's mystery, they will all be disappear. And this is how the survival trial in Chinese server work. Basically, you have a 4 mark, and by completing each map, you will get different marks. And as long as you hit the 4 mark, your today's survival trial is finished. So again, if you are a higher power, you may prefer Roshi, and if you are not that higher power in your server, so perhaps you can consider Hand, since he has super armor, he can disperse buffs, and he's also a very good tank. So hopefully you guys find it helpful like my introduction to these two super rares, and hopes you guys have the idea or have decided which one to use. And this is my today's video. Tomorrow will be the new event cycle, and I will try to introduce the new events in our server as early as possible. So remember to check out my channel tomorrow, and I will see you guys next time.